Thank you for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Kimani Serja. Coming up, Draft Sexual Offence Bill presented for review. Dominica hosts second Child Protection in Cricket workshop, and Monday began World Glaucoma Week. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories after this.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood.
I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Get to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. A committee established by the government of Dominica to review the Sexual Offences Act has presented to the Office of the Attorney General for review a draft bill of amendments to the Sexual Offences Laws of Dominica. At a press conference held on Monday, Chair of that committee, Ray Harris, said the committee over the past few months has been working assiduously to prepare and present the bill to government for review and subsequent enactment.
From the outset, we realized that no matter what recommendations we make, we wanted to ensure that our committee was not just a talk shop where we were going to make recommendations, but we were also going to make an effort to focus on the Sexual Offences Act to see in what way we could immediately recommend certain improvements to that particular law. And not only make recommendation in prose style, but to attach to our eventual report a draft amendment bill. Because as you're aware, the Attorney General's Chambers has a drafting unit. But you better believe they're drafting laws on a daily basis for every ministry and every statutory body. So they're overwhelmed with drafting. So we realized that we should at least submit a draft amendment bill with the report to the Attorney General's Chambers.
The Attorney General says he has begun reviewing the bill and is confident that it will soon be taken to Cabinet for further review and subsequently passed in Parliament.
I've commenced looking at it. I have some observations, and as Mr. Harris has indicated, there will be some further discussion. I would anticipate that those discussions should not take an extensive period of time. There are some areas that I have observed that I have issues that I would probably like further clarification, and some observations that I'd also like to make in respect to that. But I am confident that in the very near future, the draft Sexual Offences Amendment Bill 2016 will be in a position that it can be taken to Cabinet. Hopefully Cabinet will approve it with or without further amendment to the state in which it arrives at Cabinet. And thereafter, it will be taken to Parliament for debate in Parliament and hopefully approval and subsequent enactment via the President.
The Sexual Offence Review Committee was formed in October of 2015 and by December had already reported headway. The bill comprises 17 sections, including amendments to laws regarding rape, burglary, and sentencing. The bill also has new provisions for offences such as voyeurism, sexual grooming of minors, and mandatory reporting of sexual offences. Other provisions such as mandatory medical examination and sexual offenders notification requirements were also added for consideration. The Attorney General commended the committee for what he calls a substantial amount of work done over the past few months. He says he is confident that the new bill will significantly improve the sexual offences laws of the country. The current laws regarding sexual offences in Dominica were drafted in 1998. Members of the diplomatic corps gathered at Goodwill for a wreath-laying ceremony to remember deceased Venezuelan leader Hugo Chavez on Saturday. Hugo Chavez was president of Venezuela from 1999 to 2013 and was an advocate for the poor and those in need. Hence the reason for the government of Dominica on January 10, 2008, making the decision to join the Bolivarian Alternative for the Americas, ALBA, a plan by Latin American countries to promote integration and fight against poverty and social exclusion. The Venezuelan government, prior to Dominica's admittance to ALBA, has fostered close and friendly ties with the government of Dominica. Since ALBA's inception in 2001, the organization has identified a number of concerns among member nations, including energy. President Hugo Chavez will always be remembered for the contributions which he made to Dominica's development. President Chavez passed away on March 5, 2013, at the age of 58. Continuing its theme of raising awareness about child abuse in Dominica, the Child Abuse Prevention Unit has collaborated with the Dominica Cricket Association and UNICEF to hold a Child Protection in Youth Cricket Programs workshop under the Fair Play Initiative. Fair Play is a program designed by UNICEF Office for the Eastern Caribbean area and the West Indies Cricket Board for use by coaches in youth development cricket systems in the West Indies. Coordinator of the Child Abuse Prevention Unit, Jem Azil Luce, says the main focus of Fair Play is to integrate child protection in cricket programs.
As the West Indies Cricket Board increases focus on cricket development from ages 7 to 19, the organization saw the importance of integrating child protection into all of the region's youth cricket programs and coaching education. The WICB has made it mandatory that all cricket coaches across the Caribbean must complete this training in child protection in order to be recognized by the WICB as a qualified cricket coach. Coaches working with children in all sports around the globe are coming under increased scrutiny, and there is inconsistency in cricket coaches and administration knowledge on child protection basics. There's a need for the cricket community regionally to be child protection aware, as in other world sports such as football, swimming, athletics, etc.
She described the goal of the workshop.
This child protection training aims to give a robust understanding of the following main principles. Who is a child? What is child protection? What is child abuse? Forms of abuse including bullying, the responsibility of cricket coaches, recognizing child abuse, the do's and don'ts of coaching children, listening and helping children to disclose abuse, how to report an incident, building and developing a child protection policy for youth cricket clubs and training programs. It should be noted that sporting organizations have a powerful and positive influence on young people. It provides opportunities for enjoyment, achievement, and growth. It also develops valuable qualities such as self-esteem, leadership, and teamwork.
Minister for Social Services, Family and Gender Affairs, Honorable Catherine Daniel, says this initiative is not one that should be limited to the sporting sector.
This initiative should not be restricted for partnership with all stakeholders, and all sectors of society must be established if we are to be successful. World societies are decaying rapidly. This is the sad reality that we face. We must all play our part in protecting our children. It is a national responsibility, and sports provide an excellent medium to do so.
She called on sports officials to hold themselves to a higher standard.
As sports officials, you are responsible for the children who are placed in your care. You are expected to look out for them and ensure their safety and well-being. Too often, we adults fail in our responsibility. I call upon you as persons in whose care our children must be placed for substantial periods of time to be responsible in your actions towards the children so that their sporting experience will be rewarding and not marred by anything which could destroy their future.
The Honorable Minister for Youth, Sports, Culture and Constituency Empowerment, Justin Charles, believes that adults should respect children and their rights.
Children have rights, and given their vulnerable nature, we, as right-thinking adults, must always ensure that we do not take advantage of their vulnerability. Such behaviors cannot and should not be condoned.
She hopes that this workshop will pave the way forward for a child protection policy in sports.
I am happy to note that this program is a stepping stone for greater advocacy on the protection of children in all aspects, and the stage will be set for the coming together of all stakeholders charged with responsibility for working with children to ensure the development of a policy to safeguard children, safeguard and protect children in sports. It is my hope that this policy will provide clear guidelines and procedures on the processes involved in selecting persons to work with children and the establishment of a clear reporting system. Such a policy could also guide on the issue of a register of offenders and to what extent information within such should be concealed or made public, all in the interest of the children.
National Sports Coordinator Trevor Shillingford says the issue of child protection is not one to be taken lightly.
The issue of child protection in sport is one which is real. We as coaches, we as PE teachers are aware of the various instances where children are taken advantage of on the field of sport. Most of it happens through pure ignorance, but it happens. And I'm certain some of us in this room are familiar with some of the sights that we see around the cricket field, where the coach is on the sideline screaming at the top of his voice, saying a few negative things to the young cricketers on the field.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
Let's have some fun, eh?
I'm not ready for your kind of fun yet.
But everybody else is doing it.
But I'm not everybody else. I'm me, and I want to do well in school.
Well, you definitely get an A for attitude.
I plan to get an A in life, and then I'll think of your kind of fun.
So what am I to do in the meantime?
You'll survive.
Say no when you're not ready. Use condoms when you are.
Welcome back. Major developments are being planned for the Roseau Valley in the area of community tourism. Chief Executive Officer of the Discover Dominica Authority and Director of Tourism, Colin Piper, confirmed this in an interview with GIS News last week.
The Ministry of Tourism, from a product development standpoint, is really driving the physical infrastructure changes. From a DDA perspective, as it relates to product development, we try to do training. So we try to do customer service training, frontline training, taxi driver training. So to the extent that there are stakeholders from that community, certainly they would be welcomed and be a part of the training that DDA is doing. Also from a marketing perspective, we're always marketing our waterfalls, of which the Trafalgar Falls are, you know, are the main ones in the Emerald Pool. I mean, that is further supported by the data that comes from user fees to Trafalgar and also to Emerald Pool. So in that regard, we'll be partnering with the Ministry of Tourism to support the MP from that area and to support the tourism improvement committees and the various committees and associations that are set aside to grow, to further develop, to improve the tourism product in the Trafalgar, Shawford, Foncani area.
The Director of Tourism says the ministry also plans to give technical assistance in the area of road rehabilitation.
Well, the Ministry of Tourism has been advocating for and trying to provide technical assistance where they can. Again, we recognize the importance of that area, and so it has not gone unnoticed. We have done a fair amount of advocacy in that regard. The issue specifically as it relates to the road is a bigger issue than just patching. We need to make sure that if we're going to put time and resources into it, that it's done properly so that this doesn't occur again, and that we actually build it back better. And so that's the approach that the Ministry of Tourism is taking.
What's for dinner?
I know, but you and Cheryl.
Who? Cheryl? Oh, babes, that's nothing.
Nothing within there, but that is nothing.
Hon,
come on. Whatever.
You know you're my number one.
And she's number what, 10? Plenty married women get engaged from the husband these days. I don't want to be one of them. From now on, I'm looking out for me.
But babes, I only talk to the woman.
Until I'm certain this will take care of both of us, if you're lucky.
Your family depends on you. Don't take home aids.
You're watching National Focus. Before we leave, here are a few announcements. The Youth Development Division invites applications from suitably qualified persons to fill the following positions: Computer Skills Instructor for Portsmouth, Computer Maintenance Instructor for Portsmouth, Computer Maintenance Instructor for St. Joseph, Landscaping Instructor for Dublin, and Boat Making Instructor for Castlebruce. Successful applicants will be contracted for no less than 3 months in the first instance and will be required to begin employment in April 2016. Applicants should be knowledgeable in the skill area and possess a certificate and/or at least 3 years of experience. Interested persons should apply to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Constituency Empowerment. Deadline for receipts of application is Friday, March 11th, 2016. Expressions of interest for the Caribbean Development Bank funded project enhancing Dominica's trading environment and export capacity are now being considered. Interested persons are invited to submit expressions of interest for legislative drafting consultant and/or trade and communications consultant. The complete terms of reference and application details can be obtained from the Government of Dominica website at www.dominica.gov.dm under the link Vacancies, or by sending an email message to foreignaffairs@dominica.gov.dm. Dr. Alex Ephraim, Vice President of the Monroe College, St. Lucia campus, is extending 5 partial scholarships to the Roseau City Council. Recipients are eligible to $2,500 EC off per semester. Interested persons wishing to pursue further education at Monroe College, St. Lucia campus for the semester commencing 29th April 2016 are requested to submit applications to the City Clerk, Roseau City Council, 21 Long Lane, Roseau, by March 29th, 2016. And that's the English segment of the news. McPherson St. Luce is up next with Creole Highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole, non moins c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, ministre de l'Éducation qui a conduit le programme TVET. Ça, c'est un programme où l'année ça apprend au l'État et puis qualification. Parole ça là, sortie du ministère de l'Éducation, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean.
Gouvernement Dominique établit, ça nous a créé un secrétariat qui nous a créé de Dominica TVET Council. Et Council ça là, il pour travailler pour essayer taper tout jeune dominicain et aussi moun qui travaille pour apprendre en l'état. Ça nous a créé skill development et pas seulement ça, mais aussi pour y ni un certificat, puisque véritablement, jour du jour, si vous ni en l'état, ou pas simplement dire que ou c'est un charpentier. Mais si vous quittez Dominique et vous allez dans l'autre pays, ou supposez ni un certificat qui vous a présenté pour moun connaître qui ou c'est charpentier ça là. Et nous travaillons pour voir qui nous accomplit la mission ça là.
Un forum qui tient semaine ça là pour discuter programme là.
Nous avons un grand forum en Dominique. Là, nous avons mené peuple service privé là, ça c'est private sector, et aussi service public. Et nous avons discuté différentes manières qui nous, comme peuple en Dominique, nous ça joindre, nous ça ouais, objectif ça là, qui nous jabakons, nous entre ministre éducation et en gouvernement. Hodli 9 pour les 10, nous avons un grand forum ici et nous travaillons avec ça, nous avons créé Kanta et CARICOM pour nous voir qui nous vivons objectif ça là.
Pendant nouvelle, travail qui a en place bien formidable assis en morceau chimie anti-souffrien. Membre parlement Honorable Johnson Drago visité projet la semaine passée.
Comme ce petit souffrien, car manger, il y a un dernier mauvais morceau chimie à l'hôtel petit souffrien. Alors c'est mon n'a pas ça la messe parce que c'est gros mon parce que chimie a été mauvais, mais c'est mon même bien content qui consul a fait projet ça et c'est ça nous a fait un gouvernement ça nous a pour consul nous pour ça faire projet à communauté à community development. So c'est comme consul en charge, gouvernement fait l'argent available, on est content pour faire l'argent available par consul là et tout de suite mon chimie ça qui est fini.
En même temps, on résident communauté là bien plaisir pour projet là.
Chimie était en fond doué. Là et puis fallement était coupé en bail. Comme ça a été très mauvais. Comme ça pas le plat et puis village consul là venir ensemble. Aba constituency empowerment là il y a 18 000 $ pour nous ça consacrer chimie. On ça actuellement nous là qui travaille et puis nous avons 10 personnes qui employés en la chimie qui travaille à présent.
Alors nouvelle management solid waste qui a créé à ce public là pour chaîne environ à yo point propre. Parole ça là sorti officier relations publiques monsieur Geno Jacob.
Nous avons vu que truck a continué à venir en landfill là et puis au Lochai et puis mais landfill là la semaine passée dimanche nous avons ouvert landfill là mais nous avons des gens qui dimanche ça landfill là qui est fermé mais samedi landfill là qui est ouvert c'était bon matin pour 7h minuit et puis nous avons des gens continuer à nettoyer la couille continuer à nettoyer l'environnement yo par respect seulement c'est là gouvernement décidé pour un jour pour nettoyer Dominique seulement yo qui a fait ça mais toujours nettoyer en village toujours planter fleurs toujours nettoyer mon caillou en village ou en business ou en l'école si c'est l'école faire comme un membre d'un groupe environnement et puis faire certains qui nettoyer village pas seulement pour ces touristes là mais pour santé monde Dominique entière.
Et puis finalement, un workshop qui mettait attention à ces manières pour protéger les enfants hors abyssement en jouer ball pour place Jordan. West Indies Cricket Board en collaboration avec UNICEF et Ministre Development Community organisé workshop là. Ministre Sport Honorable Justina Charles a adressé cette cérémonie pour ouvrir un workshop là.
Workshop ça c'est pour bas information pour coaches avec moun qui a étudié physical education en l'école. Avec raison ça là c'est pour ouais comment yo ça protéger ou protéger légumes pas d'autant yo ka travailler avec ces légumes là.
Messieurs mesdames, ça c'est toute pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non moi c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day.
Taking care can be so easy. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Whether you're family, friend, or neighbor, come on, take a stand. A hug, a smile, a patience, or sometimes just to hold our hand.
A message from the Caribbean Child Support Initiative, a program of CARICAD with support from the Bernard Bandler Foundation.
Take good care of the children.
Got a late night sugar craving that just won't quit? To satisfy your sweet tooth without pushing yourself over the calorie edge, Even in the late night hours, think fruit first. Resist that chocolate cake siren and instead enjoy a sliced apple with a tablespoon of nut butter like peanuts or almond, or fresh fig halves spread with ricotta. Then sleep sweet knowing you're still on the right, healthy track. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I'm Kimani Serja. Thank you for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.